somebody saying there that Holyrood is a massive waste of money and has been from the start. Well, I agree. I agree with you. And as we said last week, all it does is it ensures that things get done either in a more confused manner or at a slower manner and always at a less effective manner. Prior to devolution in 1999, we had simply a Secretary of State, and as I always say, his job, somebody said to him, like, we need to build 5 new towns in Scotland, and he goes, he'd look at the paper and he'd go, well, just cost it up and do it, and civil society, as we call them, just got it done, planners, architects, builders. This is a mission. You've got to build East Kilbride. You've got to build these other new towns, Irvine, those 5 of them, I believe, and they all just sprung up like entire towns. Imagine you tried to get Holyrood today to build a house, one house, okay? How long it would take the MSPs to build one house, right? 10 years from now, we'd still be like figuring out the plumbing, or forget to put the heating in, or they'd forget that there was Livingston, that's another new town as well, forget to put the windows in or something like that. You couldn't trust Holyrood to build one house today. But prior to devolution, Westminster essentially are the Secretary of State for Scotland. The Scottish office was just like the British government in Scotland. That's what it is still today. And it was a big, powerful civil organisation, the Scottish Office, and it created everything that we enjoy today. Everything. The houses that most of the houses that we live in were built before devolution. The roads, the motorways, the dams. We always talk about the Cruachan Dam at Loch Awe, where they actually built a generator inside a mountain. Okay, inside a mountain. Imagine doing that. Imagine trying to say that even to, I don't know who's in charge of building generators these days. Generator Scotland, shall we say. Go to Generator Scotland, say, we'd like to build a generator, but it's going to be inside a mountain. Okay, can you handle that? They'd say, well, we need to speak to Mountain Scotland to see if there's any mountains. And then the mountain guys would say, I'm afraid not, because we've spoken to Environment Scotland, and they say that there's a kind of heather here that needs to be protected because it's the last Scottish heather in the world, so we can't build inside this mountain lest we upset the heather balance. And so then they'll go to that would be the end of it, basically. That would be the end of it. You can't build inside a mountain anymore, which is just as well, because imagine the absolute mess that Holyrood would make of that. Imagine it. I mean, they just couldn't do it. They could not do it, okay? But back in those days, that was the 60s. Just, yeah, bang, generator inside a mountain, easiest thing in the world, mate. No problem. I'll just get the lads with the shovels, we'll dig a big hole, stick it in there. So things got done better and faster and more reliably and more longer lasting prior to devolution. And all that devolution really did was it just created a whole lot of jobs for the public sector in Scotland,